I've been seeing a lot of videos recently about people who have gone cannabis free and how it's changed their lives for the better, whether it be relationships with their family, friends, daily routine, the habits that they have. For what these people are looking for, being cannabis free has improved their lives in a drastic way, and I don't want to take away from that at all, but I did want to discuss a counter perspective. As someone who's gone through a lot of physical pain, insomnia, digestive issues, and a lot of things even from birth, I can truly say that cannabis has saved my life, and I wouldn't be the same functioning person that I am today without it. So without further ado, I'd love to get into the video, talk about why cannabis has saved my life, what it's done for me, my connection with the plant, and ultimately I'd love to see how many of you guys can relate to this. So if you can, definitely drop a comment below. Stay tuned for more. Yo, welcome to Non-Loose Flowers, where we talk everything from germination, cultivation, post-harvest, and more. And today, we're going to be talking about the and more part, and I want to discuss something a little bit different than what I normally do. So today, I want to discuss how cannabis saved my life, what it's done for me, the drastic differences that it's made, and ultimately, how I wouldn't be able to function in the same way I would without it. So let's get right into it. So dating back to roughly October 1994, my mother was pregnant with me, and she had a lot of medical issues that she was dealing with. A lot of pain that was caused throughout her pregnancy. So unfortunately, she was given a lot of large doses of morphine to counteract the pain. And as you might be able to imagine, large doses of morphine isn't exactly great for a baby in its final development stages. So unfortunately, I was born with certain issues. And I'm truly thankful that I didn't have to deal with any other issues than the ones that I had to deal with. But the ones that I had to deal with were definitely significant and did lower my quality of life. So the first major thing that I had to deal with was insomnia. As a lot of you are aware, sleep is very important. So important so that your body takes the time to recover itself during the nighttime so that it can function throughout the daytime, and then vice versa. Of course, you already know this. Having insomnia is definitely not ideal. At certain points, I would quite literally feel like my body shutting down, and I wouldn't be able to recover in the same way, whether it be from exercising, whether it be from mental stress, or anything of that nature. It was just much harder to get over those things than it would be if I was able to get the proper sleep. So insomnia played a huge part as to why my quality of life was a lot lower at that age than it should be. Another thing that I had to deal with as a kid, due to the circumstances of my birth, was I had a very weakened digestive system. I wasn't able to really digest much of anything without having severe stomach pains, or just not being able to digest it at all, and having to take medicines and all sorts of things. And so when you pair insomnia with digestive issues, it's a huge problem. And the thing is that when you go to sleep, a lot of that digestion happens, and where your body cleanses itself throughout the night so that you're prepared for the next day, and a lot of the reason why you wake up hungry in the morning. So having those two paired together, where I wasn't able to sleep and I had digestive issues, it was just a lot to deal with, and they kind of worked hand in hand, where the more I wasn't able to sleep, the more I wasn't able to digest things properly. And so due to my lack of sleep and digestion, I did unfortunately have to go through some intrusive surgeries as a kid, and I honestly wouldn't wish any of them upon anybody. The only one that I didn't go through that didn't have to do anything with my digestion was I had a hernia in grade 6. I know you guys are thinking like, wow, hernia in grade 6 is pretty young, right? And by the way, I'm not making this video to be like, woe is me or whatever. It just so happened that I had to have a lot of surgeries, and there was a lot of painful situations that I had to go through as a kid. I'm genuinely just going through each part of my life just to show you how cannabis ended up ultimately being my saving grace. Now, fast forwarding to me being a young adult, this is all alleged by the way, I was introduced to the plant for the very first time, and I cannot overstate how much of a difference even this first time made for me. Now, for the very first time in my life, and I really mean the very first time in my life, I was actually able to get a full night's of quality sleep. And this is unheard of for me. This is something I just never experienced before. So having this first time experience of just going to bed and having a full night's rest, getting up and feeling rejuvenated, was something that was just completely foreign to me. And so feeling that for the first time, I automatically knew that cannabis was something that I definitely needed to integrate into my life, and it needed to be a part of my routine. I just didn't know how far it would go in terms of me growing and making educational content, and perhaps that's why I'm so passionate about it and talking about it, because I know what it's done for me, and I know what it's done for millions of other people globally. And again, if you relate to what I'm talking about, definitely drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences and see what relatability there is with me and everyone else out there. And not only that, but because I was able to get better sleep, my digestion issues slowly started to mitigate away. I was slowly starting to be able to function like a normal adult and being able to do the things that I only dreamt of doing before in a normal way. My visits to the doctors and the hospital slowly started to decrease. I was able to start spending more quality time with my family and friends because I wasn't just slumped all the time and just out of energy. I actually am able to do everything that I only dreamt of doing before. And a big part of it is thanks to cannabis. And so that's a big reason why I'm making this video today. I really want to be able to talk about the positivity and the ways that it's benefited my life, in case there's people out there who still feel like there's no benefits to it at all, or that the plant should just be demonized in the same way that it has been for decades now. But ultimately, I think this perspective is very important, and to just talk about the truths. And I'm not one of those people that feel like the plant is for everyone at the end of the day. If you feel like it's not beneficial for you and it does more harm than good, then definitely I agree that you should stay away from it. But for those like me, who it makes me feel like I genuinely can get out of bed every day and do the things that I normally wouldn't be able to do otherwise, it's a huge life-saving medicine, and I couldn't be more thankful for it. So what's your experience with cannabis? Do you feel like it's done more harm than good, or do you feel like it's made a great improvement? If you feel like it's made a great improvement, definitely hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.